And on that note, a special conversation here on Plain Speak. We relive the special moments and the special comments with this exclusive conversation with World Cup winning women's team coach Amol Muzumdar, who celebrated virtually all of the team members and the individual roles that they played. Listen in. Do you think women's cricket has truly arrived now in India or globally? Because, you know, Indian successes are often a cue of how well cricket would do globally as well. So I think this Indian World Cup win has also lifted the status, and the kind of matches you played and the girls won, it really lifted the status of the female game globally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this could be the catalyst of what we are going to see.
The 1983 moment that everybody is talking about.
Probably, even more.
Even more.
Because I grew up in that era where 1983 changed lives for many. We have seen so many ex-cricketers saying that they saw the World Cup win and they got inspired to play cricket. And I think this 2025 World Cup win would change that and I would hope that it just doesn't change for cricket in India.
All female sports.
Every sport. I think it should be a watershed moment for any female who has taken sport as their profession.
Just the way they were supporting each other, the way they were talking about each other, the way they celebrated with former women's cricketers and really dedicated their win to them.
It was just unbelievable to see what it meant for them, and it was really nice of them to share the trophy with the former cricketers. I always have been a believer that you shouldn't be forgetting your past. You should always recollect your history, because that evokes a lot of passion to the game, and you stay in the present and you also take care of your future. So you should never forget your past.
For you, has this World Cup win as a coach somehow brought it all full circle? The fact that you missed out on representing India as a player?
You can say so in many terms. But to be very honest, when I retired into 2012-13 season, I parked those thoughts away, and I thought that that's never going to happen again. So might as well come to terms to it. When I started playing cricket in the late 80s, always grew up in that emotion, saying that or the dream was there to play for India, but it never happened. So 30 years have passed, almost 35, and those emotions were parked at a place. But I did get this opportunity to represent India in a different role, and I readily took up that opportunity, I think. And you can say that it has come a full circle. But I also would like to say that sport has taught me over the years, last 35 years, that every day the scoreboard changes. Every day the scoreboard changes, the applause fades, but the impact what you can have on someone else's career remains forever. So I thought this was a great opportunity for me to represent the country. I'll tell you a little bit of an anecdote. When I took over, I've got a charter board, which in my first meeting I had a sort of a charter board. The first question that was presented to the team was, what's your ultimate goal? And all 15 of them replied to win a World Cup. That was a great start, I felt. So the benchmark was set on the first meeting itself, and then on 2nd November 2025, it turned into reality.
Speaking of that, after those initial setbacks that happened and those consecutive losses, didn't really seem like India had any hope in the campaign. So what was the mood like at that time? What did you tell the girls at that time?
To be very honest, the dressing room after the third loss against England, I can term it as loss now, but what we spoke in the dressing room was we couldn't cross the line. there was never a sentence that we said that we had lost the game. We just couldn't cross the line. The game was in our pocket, but we just let it slip off. And the mood was it wasn't great, I would say, for obvious reasons. But at the same time, they knew that if they have to do something special, they'll have to come out of this and finish the games. We stressed a lot in the post meeting that we had after England game that we need to finish it off, and someone will have to take the lead and do that.
That stand between Smriti and Pratika against New Zealand, do you think that was the turning point then? Because we never really saw back after that, and this thing that you're talking about, that somebody needs to stand up and kind of deliver towards the end, that started from there.
I think that New Zealand game was a crunch game. People talk about the Australia game. Of course, it was very crucial, the semi-finals. But I call it a quarter-final because it was a do-or-die situation, and it was on a thin edge. We were all on thin edge because a loss at that time would have meant curtains, game over. So I personally feel that day against New Zealand was the most important day in this World Cup, because it just changed. It just didn't change the course of the World Cup, but it changed the mood in the dressing room.
Precisely.
The partnership that blossomed between Pratika and Smriti, it just gave a fillip to the others, including the support staff.
Including yourself.
The butterflies in the stomach just settled down a little. That this Indian team, this Indian women's cricket team, is a very special one, because I've learned on the job that if they start believing in what they can achieve, or if they start putting their mind to it, they will be unstoppable. 338, they had got, Australia had got 338 on the board. I mean, I just felt that there was no point in talking about that, because when a player is fielding for 50 overs and the opposition is 338 on the board, and the opposition like Australia have got 338, you don't have to say much in the dressing room. So just to simplify things, just wrote a line saying one more run needed than Australia. It was just to simplify things.
Simple equation.
You have to. I think when Smriti got out down the leg side, I thought we just need one good partnership. One good partnership. The belief was there, and that's all it needed. I think it started from there, Jemmy and then Harman. Harman, I think, when she played a few shots, the mood changed in the dressing room as well.
Jemima took the world by storm with her knock, and also because she carried on for long. What would you say about that innings that she played?
Innings of a lifetime, I guess. It just doesn't happen often. I mean, if she can beat that, I would be very glad.
She would be very glad.
Yeah. But just magnificent innings. There are very few innings that, over a period of last 2 years, I've seen some terrific knocks. Smriti, I must have seen some, 1500s of Smriti in the last 2 years. I must have seen Harman's couple of knocks, one in England that she played in Durham. So, in cricketing terms, you say a chabuk innings. But this knock, given the pressure, given the ambience, was just out of this world.
And it seemed like it was flowing very easy for her. It felt like she was enjoying it. That zone that you talk about for athletes, she seemed in that zone.
I think she was completely in the zone. You just hit that zone very rarely you hit that zone as an athlete. I think she was zoned in just to take India beyond that line. And we crossed the line against Australia on that day. It was very unfortunate for Pratika to miss out on the semis and the finals. I mean, she was in great form. You've seen what kind of a player she is. In 23 innings, she has crossed 1,000 runs. It's a world record in itself. So she's been a very special player ever since she has started playing international cricket. It was very unfortunate, but that's the nature of the game. You know, you have to be. Again, you got to stay in the present. And I can tell you this, that the moment the news arrived that she's out for the semi-finals, I mean, she's done. Me and Harman, we crossed each other and within, I mean, both of us said it at the same time. You know, Shefali, done. It was just...
So that's all it took.
Yeah, that's all. It was,
and why that belief and faith in Shefali?
She was playing well, she was scoring runs, and just the maverick that she is.
You didn't think it was too much of a gamble?
No. Sometimes against a team like Australia or in the finals or the semi-finals, you need those kind of players where, you know, you can...
just unleash them.
Yeah, I mean, she came and she just... she just batted as if she had never been out of international cricket. That's the beauty of Shefali Verma.
And she bowled so amazingly when given the chance in the final. And it all came together, isn't it? I think the last two matches or even the last 3 matches of the World Cup for India were like, you know, almost a fairy tale. It's like when the movie is made on you and the girls, these matches are going to be like cinematic gold, isn't it? Because they had so much, they had everything.
Yeah.
They had an injury, for example, to Pratika.
Correct.
You know, having someone who's batting at the top of the order and go out of the team, and somebody coming in, you know, having not being in the team.
It's
everything.
Just scripted, I think. I don't know. God is great. So it's been Shefali bowling in the finals. I think it was Harman's call.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew. We had discussed this the previous night. With Shefali also, that she knew that she was going to be an option. We were playing 6 bowlers in the finals, so she was obviously Shefali was going to be the 7th option, and I didn't know Harman was going to bring her on. It was just an instinctive call by the captain, and it was a superb one. You know, sometimes as a coach, you just have to appreciate what the captain does. In cricket, it is always the captain who leads it, not the coach, not the manager. It's just out there in the middle. You need to take those decisions, and that's why it's a captain's call.
Tell me more about Harman, the captain, but how would you describe her, both on field and off field?
I think she plays multiple roles in the team. She's a captain on the field. She's a leader of it. She's a lovely leader. She's got a humane side to her, you know, and very passionate about the sport. Very passionate about taking the sport to next level. You know, every time we've had discussions, I don't know how many times I must have had discussions in the last 2 years, but every time I've had, she's always spoken about women's cricket, to take it to another level. We need to do this and that. It was just a very passionate cricketer, and she's been just a superb leader of this bunch. And you could see it. You could see it, you know, the way she operates. I've said this before, but when Harman walks into the room, you know that Harman has walked into the room. So she commands that respect of each and every one.
But your words on Smriti and the role that she played in this entire World Cup.
Magnificent. Absolute magnificent. She is. How do I explain? I'm short of words. Generally, I'm not. But with Smriti, very intricate player. She loves to go into intricate detail about batting. No wonder we see the results, what she gets. And I'll tell you, just don't look at World Cup. If you've seen last 24 months, what she has done in Indian cricket is phenomenal. The reason why I say that is that she has given a belief to each and every person in the team. And I mean even the support staff. The belief to beat the best in the world and to be the best in the world. She has given that belief in the team. Just a magnificent player. I've seen some players over the years, but probably the best left-hander I've seen. The best left-hander.
How long do we see you with the women's setup?
Good question. I think I'm not the correct person to answer. I've enjoyed every bit. I've enjoyed my time, and I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. Of course, I've been with men's cricket all my life, but I've enjoyed my time with these young women cricketers, the passionate cricketers. Hope it continues.
Yeah. Given the opportunity, you would be hoping to continue this momentum and maybe lead to another cycle as well?
Yes, I would love to.
But Amol, if there was that one moment that you had to pick from this entire campaign, what would you pick? That was the most satisfying for you, let's say, as a coach, somebody who has worked towards this end goal with these girls for 2 years.
I think the most satisfying, I would say, when that moment where Harman stepped on the stage, did that bhangra.
Yes, she did the bhangra and then the Rohit Sharma thing.
And then when she lifted the cup, I think that was the most satisfying. I mean, if you're an Indian, no matter how many times you see that on the reels, you would still be proud of that moment.
Yes, absolutely.